Last night, a federal judge in Maryland said the Trump administration is trying to obstruct the truth about the wrongful deportation of Kilmar Abrego Garcia to El Salvador. The judge added the administration's refusal to answer questions about its assertion that Garcia is an MS-13 gang member, nor provide details about its contract with the Salvadoran government, quote, reflects a willful and bad faith refusal to comply with discovery obligations.
Addressing the case this week, President Trump repeatedly said he wants to bypass due process required by the Constitution in order to fulfill his migrant crackdown.
We have thousands of people that are ready to go out, and you can't have a trial for all of these people. They emptied out insane asylums into our country. We're getting them out, and a judge can't say, no, you have to have a trial. The trial's going to take 2 years.
Our White House correspondent Laura Barrón-López joins us now for more. So, Laura, the judge has very strong words there for the Trump administration. Bad faith refusal to comply. Where do things stand now?
So Judge Xinis has essentially given the Trump administration until this evening to, quote, respond to all outstanding discovery requests and to essentially provide the factual basis for their assertion that Garcia is an MS-13 gang member. And so far, there have been a number of depositions of Trump administration officials, but we should note, Amna, that now, over the last 24 hours, there have been a number of sealed filings in the case, including one from the Trump administration seeking a 7-day stay of Judge Xinis' discovery and daily status reports. And so we expect to hear from Judge Xinis soon, but we don't know how she's going to rule on that.
So the president has said he wants to get rid of the legally required due process here for the immigrants. He wants to deport. All of that is despite a Supreme Court ruling that blocks more deportations under that Alien Enemies Wartime Act. So what are lawyers telling you right now about their ability to get due process for their clients?
Multiple lawyers that I've talked to said that it's been increasingly difficult to represent their clients that are being targeted for deportation because the Trump administration is moving these migrants from jurisdiction to jurisdiction, and these lawyers have also had limited access to their clients to get interviews and information from them. I spoke to Holly Cooper. She's the co-director of the Immigration Law Clinic at UC Davis, and she warned that the administration's actions are weakening due process rights.
Without these structures, these pillars of due process, we are going to end up erroneously deporting a lot of individuals into very extreme conditions, like what we're seeing in CCOT in El Salvador. So this is really even like, it wouldn't be an exaggeration to say this is a life or death situation to provide fair procedures for our immigrants and for, people who aren't even immigrants, who are citizens. Those traditional procedural protections that have, demarcated us as a democracy are completely eroding before our eyes.
Holly Cooper said that she and other immigration lawyers are also concerned about the potential escalation of racial profiling. And while there's no requirement for U.S. citizens to carry ID, she said that she may start advising U.S. citizens to carry some form of identification.
And you've been reporting on the case of one U.S. citizen, right, from Georgia, who was arrested and detained. What happened there?
That's right. The U.S. citizen is Juan Carlos Lopez-Gomez, and he was detained by ICE for nearly 48 hours in Florida. He was arrested during a traffic stop under a state law that makes it illegal for undocumented immigrants that are over the age of 18 to cross into Florida. Now, the key thing here was that law was suspended by a judge when Carlos Gomez was arrested. Now, we asked the Homeland Security Department about this. A senior DHS official said in a statement to NewsHour that after a stop by a Florida Highway Patrol trooper, a dual citizen of Mexico and the U.S. was detained after he said that he was in the U.S. illegally. Immediately after learning the individual was a United States citizen, he was released. Now, my producer, Shrey Poppet, and I spoke to Juan and his mother, and Juan disputes Homeland Security's claim, and he said that he told Highway Patrol that he was a United States citizen and shared his story with us.
As soon as I arrived at the detention center, they asked me if I am a U.S. citizen. Why do I not speak English? They were just laughing in my face. After that, they took photos of me and they made me sign a lot of papers, and I didn't know what I was signing. I immediately got desperate because I didn't want to be in there and I just felt hopeless.
Juan said that he presented his Social Security card to officials and that they dismissed it. And that is a proper form of ID, Amna. And Juan and his mother described the entire experience as traumatic, and Juan said that he's afraid it could happen again. Now, Juan Lopez-Gomez's lawyer said that they are very likely to sue the state of Florida.
And as you report this out, you found this wasn't an isolated incident. Is that right? There's another U.S. citizen's case you're following?
There is. Jose Hermosillo, he's 19. He was arrested in Tucson, Arizona, where he was detained for nearly 10 days. And ICE agents said that Hermosillo told them that he was, quote, a citizen of Mexico. Now, a senior DHS official told us in a statement that standard procedures were followed for an individual who self-identifies as a, quote, illegal alien. They said that agents were not aware of a learning disability that Hermosillo has. Now, we were not able to reach Hermosillo, but in interviews with other reporters, he has said that he made clear that he was a United States citizen. Amna, and the Attorney General for Arizona says that they are looking into this incident.
All right. Laura Barrón-López, thank you for your reporting.
Thank you.